The film opens by introducing Vesper, a young protagonist navigating a dystopian society marked by a stark division between privileged elites in secure citadels and struggling masses enduring harsh conditions. The citadels control unique seeds crucial for survival, genetically coded for a single harvest, fostering constant dependency. Vesper, resilient amid her daily struggle, shares her life with her paralyzed father Darius, whose consciousness inhabits a drone, facilitating communication. Resourceful and brave, Vesper possesses biological knowledge. Their lives take a turn when their home is robbed, and the generator sustaining Darius is sabotaged. Vesper seeks help from a neighboring farm, revealing challenges with a genetically engineered labor of the Jug. Witnessing the Jug's mistreatment, Vesper requests bacteria for their generator, offering her blood, a commodity traded for citadel seeds. Jonas, the farm's leader and Darius's brother, proposes Vesper join them, caring for her father. Unsettled, Vesper suspects Jonas aims to use her as a breeder, rejecting the idea. After donating blood, Jonas delays providing bacteria, insisting on selling the blood first, jeopardizing Darius's limited time. In desperation, Vesper tries to reclaim her blood, leading to expulsion. Undeterred, she returns, exploiting a secret entry point known only to her. Vesper silently infiltrates Jonas' laboratory and retrieves the owed bacteria, also managing to acquire some seeds from the Citadel. Returning home, she promptly repairs the generator and starts experimenting with the stolen seeds, aiming to unlock their fertility. In the forest, she discovers Camellia, a Citadel woman unconscious but alive, with plants growing around her. Vesper clears the plants, brings Camellia home, and tends to her wounds. Camellia discloses she was in the crash collider seen by Vesper and desperately seeks her father, who is with her. Despite Darius's objections, Vesper agrees to help in the search. The next morning, she finds the crashed collider and Camellia's father, Elias, but Jonas and survivalists arrive too. Jonas, indifferent to Elias being from the Citadel, decides to end his life. When Vesper intervenes, Jonas dismisses her and discovers a woman's scarf, deducing the need to find Camellia. Darius suggests informing the Citadel through a transceiver at Jonas' house. Reluctantly, Vesper agrees, lying to Camellia about the fruitless search but promising to continue the next day. Over time, Camellia gains Vesper's trust, leading Vesper to reveal her secret greenhouse showcasing bioengineered plants with unique abilities. Vesper is proud of her creations but hopes to develop a plant producing edible seeds. While tending to her plants, Darius confides in Camellia, acknowledging the impossibility of reaching a Citadel, but urging kindness as Vesper's dream means everything to her. Later, Vesper questions the exclusion from the Citadel, and Camellia explains it's due to the leadership's fear of resource scarcity. Vesper suggests taking on undesirable jobs, but Camellia highlights the Citadel's preference for control, emphasizing the compliance of genetically engineered laborers, the Jugs. They share a musical moment that evening, singing while Camellia plays her mother's old instrument. The next day, Vesper sneaks into Jonas's house to use the transceiver again, but this time, Jonas spots Darius's drone. Pretending to repair it, Jonas confronts Vesper about the missing seeds and the unidentified passenger, expressing his hatred for liars within his family. Refusing to admit anything, Vesper snatches the drone and attempts to flee, only to find it can't fly and crashes. While trying to recover the drone, she discovers Jonas's assistant's body left to die under a tree. Before she can process the situation, Jonas's followers apprehend her, marking her hand as Jonas's property. Distraught, Vesper returns home, where Camellia offers comfort. Overwhelmed by guilt, Vesper confesses that Elias is dead and, in a moment of revelation, takes Camellia to see her father's body floating in the river. Camellia's intense grief leads to a breakdown, during which Vesper notices a peculiar scar on her back. The shocking truth emerges. Camellia is not human, but a highly advanced Jug created by Elias, expelled from the Citadel for making an intelligent slave. Anchored by the betrayal, Vesper confronts Camellia physically before instructing her to leave once she cleans up. Meanwhile, Vesper repairs the drone and updates Darius. Understanding the complexity, Darius urges compassion, explaining that Jugs are bound by programming with no real choice. Simultaneously, Camellia, grappling with her lost purpose and fearing Citadel capture, contemplates ending her life. However, influenced by her father's advice, Vesper intervenes just in time, recognizing Camellia's potential contribution to her research. Proposing to use a sample of Camellia's cells proves challenging, as they are secured like the Citadel seeds. In an attempt to ease Vesper's frustration, Camellia plays music, miraculously unlocking her cells. Vesper successfully modifies the Citadel seeds, creating a sustainable food source, all thanks to a little nickelback. Needing more supplies for research, Vesper briefly leaves for the old lab with the drone. During her absence, Camellia watches over Darius, leading to a dangerous encounter when Jonas arrives. Initially feigning innocence, Camellia's true nature is revealed, and Jonas threatens Darius's life. Camellia agrees to go with Jonas without resistance, but he discovers her jug mark and attempts to reprogram her. Vesper returns in time, and a fierce struggle ensues against Jonas. They overpower him, but Vesper refuses to kill him, instead striking a deal. She will share the secret of the fertile seeds if Jonas refrains from alerting the Citadel. Despite Jonas's apparent agreement, he betrays them by contacting the Citadel and revealing Camellia's location. As night falls and Vesper completes her work, their triumph is cut short. Darius's drone detects an external threat, signaling the Citadel's approach. A weird organism invades their home, releasing a toxic substance. Darius, with his military background, recognizes the danger and instructs Vesper and Camellia not to breathe until the threat subsides. Feeling responsible for the danger, Camellia offers to surrender herself, but Darius refuses. Instead, he plans to distract the soldiers, giving Vesper and Camellia a chance to escape. Initially reluctant, Vesper agrees to take cover nearby as Darius, drawing on his army experience, plans to mislead the soldiers about the jug's presence. As the soldiers approach, their first stop is Jonas's farm, where they eliminate him and his group. Meanwhile, Vesper and Camellia meticulously disguise Darius's home to appear abandoned, taking the valuable unlocked seeds as they hide in the forest. Unaware of her father's actual plan to sacrifice himself by self-destructing the drone, Vesper witnesses the explosion and desperately tries to rush back. Camellia, recognizing the danger, stops her, emphasizing it's too late for Darius. Their situation worsens when two surviving soldiers start pursuing them. Vesper leads Camellia through a swamp filled with dangerous plants, effectively eliminating the first soldier. The second soldier, cautious, avoids the same trap. To remain undetected, Vesper and Camellia crawl on their knees and hide behind bushes, but another plant betrays their position, prompting them to take the offensive. They attack, seize the soldier's weapon, and force him into the deadly plant's trapping zone, resulting in his death. The distant sound of approaching gliders signals more danger, leading Camellia to make a difficult decision. Understanding the perpetual danger to Vesper and the seeds, she gently puts Vesper to sleep, conceals her, and surrenders to the soldiers. The next morning, Vesper awakens to find her home reduced to ashes. Planting some unlocked seeds in the remnants of her old garden symbolizes hope and renewal. Encountering children who survived the attack on Jonas's farm, they decide to follow mysterious wanderers, leading them to a towering structure. Climbing to the top, Vesper releases the seeds, symbolizing hope for growth and sustenance. The movie concludes, leaving a lasting impression of resilience and the enduring power of hope. Subscribe for more recaps like these and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss out.